Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and this morning is all about no juice, no flow. No juice, no flow. Let me say it a third time. No juice, no flow. It's all about how we need to rest in Him, and that's the basis of what we've been dealing with all week long, and we're continuing that. Actually, prayed about that even more at the midweek morning prayer with First Lady and I. So on my page that you're on right now, so you can grab that, listen to it if you didn't already, and we're kind of extending that whole prayer and conversation and morning manna time with no juice, no flow. No juice, no flow. That's what we're dealing with on this morning. Gonna greet some people on this morning. You already know, got a word for you on this morning. You got that. And greet the Morning Manna fam. Greet the Morning Manna fam. We are glad to be with you on this morning. Got a word for you on this morning. How about that? Good morning, Ramona. How are you on this morning? Jacqueline, how are you? Ramona, the first one, of course. Z, how are you doing on this morning? Ella, how are you doing on this morning? Valerie, how are you on this morning? Dolores, how are you on this morning? My home girl, good morning, Vaughn. How are you? Elder Mobley, how are you? Laura, how are you? Thank you for the card. It was all a pleasure. It was all honor to serve and pray. Got that. Thank you. Good morning, Ori. How are you? On this morning. Elder Jan, how are you? Gerald, how are you on this morning? Venetia, how are you on this morning? It's a wonderful morning. It is. Good morning, Cynthia. How are you? Brenda is in the house. You already know it. Good morning, Liz. How are you on this morning? Dawn, how are you? Jan, how are you again? And I want to just greet some more folk on this morning. But this morning it's about no juice, no flow. We prayed about it, been talking about it, how to take a rest, how to have a Sabbath, how to rest in Him, and we're continuing this whole flow with that. Good morning, Francine, Dan, the man, you're in the house. Regina, our long ago still life changer in Texas. How are you on this morning? Next time you come home, now you need to make a trip to your home church. Don't forget about us. We haven't forgotten about you guys for sure. Good morning, Verena. How are you on this morning? Carolyn, how are you on this morning? Brother Nesbitt, how are you? Anna, how are you on this morning? Pasha, how are you? Pamela, how are you on this morning? Vicky, how are you? Linda's sister is in the house. You already know. This is what we're dealing with this morning. No juice, no flow. No juice, no flow. And we're just kind of dealing with that and dealing with this whole piece about being in a Sabbath and resting in Him. You already know that. Good morning, Deborah. How are you? Minister Yolanda, how are you? Ann, how are you? Are you in town or on the other side of the world? You never know with you and Deborah. Thank you, Regina. All right, I'm gonna keep you up on that. Good morning, Pastor Moody. How are you? Wisdom and Devlin. Just bless God for you guys. Happy anniversary as well. I got a word for you on this morning, and this morning it's all about no juice, no pour. We're dealing with this whole thing about resting in Him, taking a Sabbath, and understanding what that means. But as usual, before we get started, we gotta just bless God and get ready for the text to talk, the takeaway. 5 minutes or less. Let's go with that.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less, you're going to get an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day.
No juice, no flow. No juice, no flow. How about that? A little bit of Tupac and a little bit of Chance the Rapper here on this morning. Here's the text, Matthew 11:28, the NIV translation. Come to me, all you who are labor or weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. How do you pour out of an empty vessel? How do you feel another when you are completely empty? How do you do that? Why would you do that? Should you do that? Let's talk about that. There's a reason flight attendants tell us to put, as you know, put your own mask on first before you try to help anybody else. It's impossible to save one and save somebody else when you yourself is dying, empty. Too many of us are trying to live, serve, and give while our cups are bone dry. We're pouring from emptiness and wondering why we feel depleted, a little irritated, and sometimes even burned out. It doesn't have to be across the board. It can be in specific areas in your life, whether it's relational, maybe it's financial, maybe it's physical. But in that particular area, that lane in my life, I'm burned out and I keep trying to pour out. Jesus invites us to rest. Now, there's a luxury, but a necessity. Sabbath is God's reminder that we are not machines, but children. We're not machines, but we need to be restored. It's not just about stopping work, it's about recentering in Him, recreating. In the moment of Sabbath, you recreate. My cells recreate. My thoughts recreate. All of those things. And that is similar to recreation. I'm not talking about sitting on the sidelines of a soccer field. I'm talking about a whole time of Sabbath. Taking Sabbath rest means trusting that God will handle the rest. God's going to handle the rest. It's not wasting my time. It is a moment of I'm trusting my time in Him. There's three things I want you to get. Three things I want you to get. And it may not be pervasive entire life, but in a lane of your life where there is no juice, so there can't be no flow. One, you can't lead well if you don't rest well. Can I say that again? You can't lead well if you don't rest well. Even Jesus withdrew from the crowds to pray and recharge. Two, rest is resistance. In a culture that glorifies hustle, choosing Sabbath declares God is enough. It's a resistance to be inculcated or socialized to the point that it's all grind and no time for God. Three, an empty cup can't refresh anyone. You think your family, your ministry, your community, they need the whole you and not parts and bits and pieces of you. No juice, no flow. What's your takeaway this morning? Is this: you can't pour from an empty cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. The Lord be with you today. May His face shine upon you and give you peace. If this bless you, bless somebody else. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tonight with a word, noonday prayer. Don't miss it. I got a word for you tonight, whether you are in the house or watching. I need you to get this word. God bless you.